Greetings from the Arcturians. CIA's frequency weapons program. Should I expose it? Should I even say anything about it? Since they had the audacity to test it on me. And what did they think? That I'll never find out? That I'll never figure it out? What they were doing to me? And that the Arcturians will never tell me? You know, that the CIA was, what, experimenting on me? Making me into their test subject? A human test subject? Or that they were human experimenting on me? Like a human experiment. But why? Because I'm presenting myself as an alien, an extraterrestrial? So they thought it was okay to test on me. And it wasn't even just testing. And even that without my consent. Because it wasn't even just testing. It was frequency attacks on me. Because the former US President Joe Biden said so. Because the former US President Joe Biden was behind it. So it wasn't even just testing. It was frequency attacks on me. They were attacking me with frequencies, with dark frequencies. And I know they're watching me. CIA is watching me. I know that. And that's why I'm recording this message to let you know that I know. I know. And the Arcturians know too. In terms of what you're getting up to with your frequency weapons program. And I don't know, but this message is directed towards more those CIA personnel who are kind of like the bad guys in the CIA. I'm getting a subdivision of the CIA. Now, I have a few notes here, written down here. Now, the aliens or the extraterrestrial wish to talk about all these things. About deep space mysteries or mysteries of deep space. Mysteries of the universe, secrets of the universe, how the universe works. CERN. The God particle, because the extraterrestrials need to be involved in all of this and with all of this. Now, the Arcturians, have been encouraging me as of late to start learning a little bit about science, to start learning at least the basics. And, obviously, since I am a medium as well, since I have the psychic ability of mediumship as well, which means I'm going to bring in a little bit of spirituality into this as well, only because the soul or spirit of Albert Einstein and also Stephen hang on. Hawking's, Stephen Hawking's soul or spirit have been making their presence known to me. They've been coming through to me from spirit. Now, Stephen Hawking is, or was, and is, because he's still alive in spirit, an English theoretical physicist and cosmologist. Now, I need to see what they say about Albert Einstein here. Yeah, Albert Einstein, theoretical physicist. Right. So, you know, they've been giving me the theory of relativity by Einstein, which is physics. So, relativity is one of the fundamental theories of physics. Ah, right. I'm looking it up here on Google, and now I see why the soul and spirit of Albert Einstein has been making his presence known to me. Just reading it here on Google a little bit, because yeah, Albert Einstein is associated with the atomic bomb. Now it's saying Albert Einstein is associated with the atomic bomb in a few ways. Einstein, now I don't know how to pronounce this name, Szilard. Szilard? Right. I apologize for not being able to pronounce this name. Or shall I try and see if I can find the audio pronunciation for that? Okay, I've just checked the audio pronunciation. I think it's pronounced as Szilard. Now, what are they saying here? Or well, what's Google saying here is Einstein Szilard letter. In 1939, Einstein and physicist Leo Szilard wrote a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt? How do you pronounce that? Right. I've checked the audio pronunciation for that name too. It's Roosevelt. So, in 1939, Einstein and physicist Leo Szilard wrote a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. And it's interesting because President Franklin D. Roosevelt's soul, his spirit, has made his presence known to me too. So it's like they are all hanging around me in spirit because they all want to come through me from the spirit at some point. I'm sure they all have messages. Anyway, so it says, to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, warning that Nazi Germany was likely developing an atomic bomb. The letter prompted Roosevelt to begin the Manhattan Project, which led to the development of the first atomic bombs. Nuclear disarmament. After the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Einstein became a prominent advocate for nuclear disarmament and an end to the arms race. He chaired the Emergency Committee of Atomic Scientists, which he co-founded in 1946. Einstein believed that the world needed to use reason to settle disputes between nations. Regret. Einstein later came to regret his role in the creation of the atomic bomb. So Einstein later came to regret his role in the creation of the atomic bomb. Right. Oh. I think Einstein's spirit is here right now, confirming to me that yes, he did come to regret his role in the creation of the atomic bomb. As I said, his spirit, Einstein's spirit, has been hanging around me for a while now, actually. I just didn't want to say anything until it was somehow relevant. And with this video message, it is. So he's coming through. His spirit is coming through right now in here, in this video message. Oh, and his spirit is saying hello. Einstein is saying hello to whoever will end up watching this video. Yeah, he's saying hello and greetings to all of you. Wow. I guess you can see I'm doing this video right now. I'm recording this video right now. So he's kind of jumping in, chiming in a bit. Yeah, okay. Right. There's, yeah, just a little bit more info here about Einstein. This is from American Museum of Natural History website. Oh, anyway, it says Einstein and the Manhattan Project. Although he never worked directly on the atomic bomb, Einstein is often incorrectly associated with the advent of nuclear weapons. Yeah, all right. Right. Just a quick definition of Einstein's theory of relativity here. The theory of relativity usually encompasses two interrelated physics theories by Albert Einstein: special relativity and general relativity, proposed and published in 1905 and 1915, respectively. Special relativity applies to all physical phenomena in the absence of gravity. Right. Right, since we're here, a little bit about Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a German-born theoretical physicist who is best known for developing the theory of relativity. Einstein also made important contributions to quantum mechanics. His mass-energy equivalence formula, E equals mc squared, which arises from special relativity, has been called the world's most famous equation. Right, so that's a little bit about Albert Einstein. And a little bit about Stephen Hawking. Stephen William Hawking was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author who was director of research at the Center for Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. Right. Right, and then we have the Big Bang Theory. It is the most plausible explanation for the origin of the universe. Right, the definition of the Big Bang Theory here on Google. It says the Big Bang is a physical theory that describes how the universe expanded from an initial state of high density and temperature. Right, so that's the Google definition of the Big Bang Theory. And then, of course, this theory claims to know when time began. What came before time, or what was there before time? It leaves open a place to be filled by God? Are we suggesting that God exists? Well, science has given no evidence either way regarding the existence of God so far. Right, so we're looking at cosmology and theoretical physics, particle physics, particle accelerator, the God particle, CERN. Wow. So, what are we testing? Who are we testing it on? Who is the target of all the testing? And who's behind it all? Governments? Which ones? Most of them? And when it comes to science and testing, they're not keen on the notion of science being broken. So there's an experimental weapons program, and I was getting the CIA with that. And of course, this is about frequency weapons. This is not about, missiles or bombs or even atomic bombs. This is about frequency weapons that they've already tested on me. Why? Because I was presenting myself as an alien, as an extraterrestrial, without my consent. And they thought that I'll never find out, that I'll never figure it out, that the Arcturians would never tell me what they were doing to me behind the scenes and how they were testing dark frequencies on me. The CIA. That's what this is about. Right. So we're talking about an experimental weapons program by the CIA. And these are frequency weapons and frequency weapons systems and frequency emissions. Now, they are weaponizing frequencies for frequency wars. Now, frequency modulation is not necessary for weapons systems. It's not necessary for weaponization, but it's necessary for communication. So here's another angle to frequencies. Frequency modulation is not necessary for weapons systems. It's not necessary for weaponization, but it is necessary for communication. But with communication with whom? With whomever is out there? Meaning who? Meaning the aliens? The extraterrestrials? So, we know that the US government and other governments have been attempting to communicate with the aliens, with the extraterrestrials. I'm getting something with signals, or through signal communication even, or signals communication even. Who's involved with that? Signals or signals communication, if I'm even saying it right. Is that the NSA, National Security Agency? Why am I getting Homeland Security? No, I think the signals communication, I think that might be the NSA. Right, I'm quickly looking it up on Google here. Yeah, that's it. National Security Agency. NSA provides foreign signals intelligence. That's it. That's what I was trying to remember. Signals intelligence. But of course, that still falls under communication, or, signals communication, or communications, however you say it. So, there's someone behind everything. You just have to dig. But in terms of communicating with the aliens, or establishing communication with the aliens or extraterrestrials, I'm already communicating with them, and they are communicating with me. They are already coming through with communications here on this channel through me. So, and you're sitting here experimenting on me and without my consent. And not just experimenting, as I said, I know because I was told by the Arcturians that the former US President Joe Biden was behind it. So those were not just experiments. Those were frequency attacks, dark frequency attacks on me on purpose, because Joe Biden was trying to get rid of me. And I've talked about that here on my channel. I'm not going to go into that in this video now. And he's still at it. If it's not, attacking me through dark frequency attacks by the CIA or, I don't know, some subdivision in the CIA, then it's spiritual attacks through black magic, witchcraft, sorcery, because he's a Freemason. He's a Mason. He's secret society. Or he's, one of them in the secret society. But that's the thing. Instead of looking at me as an asset, because, governments, especially the US government, and I'm getting NASA right now as well. And I'm getting the DOD, the Department of Defense, US Department of Defense as well right now. Why am I getting the Justice Department? The US Justice Department? I don't know. Anyway, but, I'm sitting here communicating with aliens, and extraterrestrials, and they're communicating with me, and they are coming through me with their communications and messages. And no one wants to I don't want to say take advantage of that, because I don't want anyone to take advantage of me. But it's like no one's seeing the bigger picture here with me. Like, you're all sitting out there, signaling, I don't know, the aliens and the extraterrestrials, or trying to communicate and sending signals to, into space, and trying to communicate with the aliens and the extraterrestrials. But I'm sitting here communicating with them, and they are coming through me, communicating with, the earthlings here. But I guess no one's seeing the bigger picture. You could actually communicate with the aliens or with extraterrestrials through me, if you were that curious. Couldn't you? So how come you're not seeing that? How come you're not seeing the bigger picture with me when it comes to that? Ding, ding, ding. Okay, that's enough of the science lesson for me for this one. And you, whoever will end up watching this video, from me, from us. Until next time, take care. Over and out.